my guest tonight, somebody I'm so excited to have on that I didn't even know was in West Hartford. His name is Sky Casper.
Hi.
Hi, Sky.
How are you doing?
And here, camera's rolling. Action. So Sky Casper, you assemble, well, just you tell me first about what your business is like.
Sure.
Okay.
So I run an events production company and entertainment agency.
Events production company and entertainment agency.
Yes. Okay. So I produce events and market them, and I also manage a performer named Pangina Heels from Thailand.
Okay, say the name again. Pangina Heels?
Pangina Heels.
Pangina Heels. How do you spell it?
Pangina.
And then
and heels like.
And from Thailand.
Heels. Yes.
That's really.
She's like the RuPaul of Thailand. She's a huge deal.
That's really cool.
So.
And these are mostly, now there's LGBTQ comedy shows. Mm-hmm. And there's drag shows.
Yep. And
what
pride
else?
Festivals.
Pride festivals.
We do events all over. I want to do burlesque. I want to have fun.
I love burlesque.
With different queer meetups and stuff like that. So there's so much to come, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, and you were voted one of the 40 most influential people around here under 40, which is really exciting.
I was like so surprised by that, but it was such a pleasant surprise, and I was like, oh my God, look at the people that I'm literally going, like the other 39 that were chosen. I'm like, little old me.
And now, where are you from originally?
West Hartford.
Oh, so you went, which high school did you go to?
Conard.
You went to Conard, the Chieftain.
Yep.
Oh no, they changed their name now.
I don't even know. I didn't do sports. I'm very gay.
Now, one of the things that's so great about Conard now, of how things have progressed, is my kids went to Conard, and my daughter's best friend is gay, and they had queer proms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, I mean, everything is so progressive now.
Very
People
cool.
don't even think twice about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty mainstream at this point.
Yeah, especially with the RuPaul drag show and all that. Mm-hmm. So, what got you really interested in it? Were you always creative? Were you always involved in theater or dance, or what got you into that?
You know, it was very different for me. I used to be like a gamer nerd when I was younger.
A gamer nerd?
In high school. And then I went to college for graphic design and business. I went to Tunxis for a little while.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, I don't think I can do this right now. I'm going to start my own business. So I started doing these shows. I started doing queer socials and my drag brunch, Pink Eggs and Glam, which has been going for like 6 or 7 years now.
Pink Eggs and Glam?
Pink Eggs and Glam.
And where's that at?
We have one in New London currently, but it's been everywhere. It's been in Hartford, Berlin, New London, East Windsor, Fairfield, New Haven, upstate New York, Providence. Like, it's been everywhere. So I'm hoping to bring it to other areas of Connecticut next year. But it's a live singing drag brunch where it's like a lot of people, like some of my performers have gone on RuPaul's Drag Race. A lot of them perform in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, Provincetown, Massachusetts, all the gay meccas, and they're all like theater majors, and some have even been on Broadway.
Wow.
So they're all really talented and fun and a blast.
And how do you find the talent? Do you hold auditions? Do you scout?
I scout.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Okay. So I find a lot of them in New York, and I found a few in Boston. I've even flown some from LA and Chicago and Kansas City. Kansas City is surprisingly very liberal and has a bunch of queer bars.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. Random.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah. Who do that? So so one of the things I'm going to date myself, but when I went to college at UC Santa Barbara and I lived out in LA, mm-hmm. and during that time, that was just when I loved going to gay bars and seeing drag shows, and during Halloween, it was just when everybody was starting to dress in drag and walk on Santa Monica Boulevard. It was just during that time, so I kind of feel feel like I was at the pioneering days. Like I saw Ellen DeGeneres at the gay bar, and it was very exciting, but yet it wasn't mainstream at all. And I could kind of experience with them some of the stuff that they had to put up with.
Yeah.
Like some of the people who were catcalling them, and
Yeah.
and I love the way that the trend has turned, and that your company is based in West Hartford, which is just so exciting to me.
I think I was the first drag brunch to be in Connecticut regularly. There was like an annual drag brunch that happened at some point that was like a very intimate or a very like invite only like charity drag brunch, and then I was inspired at a New York drag show to bring my drag brunch here, and it was like wildly successful, and then I started bringing it to all the locations and stuff like that. But in response to your story, it's such a different world.
It really is now.
Yeah.
You know, so we have a mutual friend, Jacques Lamar. I just did one of his plays at the Hartford Fringe Festival, and the reviewer said that I was the perfect drag queen. I don't think I've ever been so complimented in my life.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, Bucket. Hello, Bucket. It's finally been met. But I just think that it's really exciting that it is more mainstream now. Now, how do people find your shows? They go to skycasper.com?
Yeah, so skycasper.com has all of my stuff. Eventbrite, you can search Sky Casper Entertainment, and all my events are there. We do shows at the Place to Be right now, which is a trendy brunch place.
It's called At the Place to Be?
Yeah.
Where in, is that Hartford?
They have a ton of different locations. Well, not really, only 3 at the moment in this area. And then they have one in Springfield, New Haven. They're kind of all over the place. So we're going to be bringing shows to New Haven, Hartford, and Springfield, all their locations.
And when did you start this company? How long have you had it?
It's been since 2015, I think, that I started it. It's gone in so many different directions, and I kind of just have fun and keep it interesting, you know.
Yeah. So you started with just like socials. Now a lot of that also, since you're gay, you probably wanted to meet people too and do your own networking, right?
Yeah, I kind of didn't see a lot of diverse events in the area that kept things like fun and interesting and encouraging people to come out and get new people out too, you know, like not just get the people that go to the bar every day of the week. We wanted the people that also needed a reason to like go out and have a good time, so you saw new people and had a good time with all of them. So I started making some new things for Connecticut, and that's really the reason why I started.
Yeah, because there wasn't really a niche for it, so you created the niche for it, really.
Yeah,
I mean, if
it
you
was
think
like
about how
a bunch of gay
exciting that is.
bars, and then I think I'm like one of very few producers in Connecticut that produce LGBTQ events.
And where would you like to be? I mean, where do you see it even branching from here? Like if you were to just.
I think the possibilities are endless, but I really like the idea of making Connecticut a more LGBTQ-friendly place and gaying it up around here. So
yeah,
I'm going to continue to do that for a little while at least.
Yeah, but like for instance, I was so gobsmacked that Conard had a queer prom. That really shows so much change.
I want to do my own queer prom, but it's going to be for adults, obviously.
Yeah, you know? That would be fun.
Because I never got to go to prom with like a guy.
Right,
I went with like my best friend, my best girlfriend, and yeah, I kind of want to go to one. And
be yourself.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people had that same experience. They're probably in an older generation.
Right.
I'm relatively young, I guess. But, yeah.
So when you're talking your burlesque shows, is it more like a cabaret style or what? Yeah.
There might be like a walkway down the middle of the seats, you know, where the performer goes and.
So cool. So what if what if somebody watching this wants to, like, loves to do drag? They should just go online and contact you through there?
If they go on my website, there is actually a like an audition page.
Oh, good.
Where you can like send me some videos and stuff like that, and it kind of just it asks a few questions to allow me to get to know you a bit and see what your style is and all that stuff. And I have a lot of performers that I work with, so I can't take everybody, but I like to be open to the new idea of working with new performers. The drag scene in Connecticut is surprisingly very, very hot right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how happy that makes me.
There's going to be some very famous Connecticut drag queens soon.
Really? Is your Thailand girl? Are you supposed to say guy or girl when they're in drag?
I just say drag queen.
Correct.
Drag queen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your Thailand drag queen. Is that one of the big up-and-coming ones that you're talking about? Somebody's
No, she's not from Connecticut.
Oh, I see.
Queens from Connecticut will be are shining.
So your shows, do they do any themes, like say one show's going to be show tunes or anything like that?
Yeah, right now I'm just getting into themes because usually I like to make all of my shows like a similar style so that you know exactly what you're getting when you go to it. So like my live singing drag brunch, it's always a crazy time. You don't really know what to expect, but it's usually like show tunes or like popular gay icons and comedy, games, like a crazy time. Our new one, our new one coming up is Christmas, but it's called a chaotic Christmas special.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, so that will be a blast.
And do they usually do characters like I've seen some where somebody plays Barbara Streisand. Are they themselves more? I mean, what's the trend now in drag shows?
I think the trend in drag right now is that you aren't impersonating somebody. You are not, or you are creating a character of your own.
See, I like that. So yeah.
All of mine have characters of their own. I don't work with impersonators very often. I did with a Liza Minnelli impersonator once, and
in fact, that was going to be one of the ones I was going to ask about, Liza Minnelli.
They're very popular.
And Barbara Streisand, Madonna. Yeah, that type.
Yeah, so I don't work with them very often.
No, okay.
They have more of their own character. They're more kooky and crazy and campy and wild and have a good time.
So tell me again, so they go on to Sky Casper.
SkyCasper.com. You can find my events there. You can find things about Pangina Heels. You can find, you can show me what you got. You know, and maybe we can work together.
Now, have you ever tried it?
So I got pulled up on stage. Oh gosh, wait. Okay. So funny story. I was going to New York one night, and one of my drag queens, Marty Gold Cummings, did this Wednesday night show. Yeah, Marty Gold Cummings. Yeah. She's very, very well known in New York. Has like 55,000 followers. And I was going to New York one night, and I knew she had this Wednesday night show where she put somebody in makeup. So I was like, I'm making this night interesting. So I'm coming to your show. I want you to put me in makeup, put me in drag. So she put me in drag, and I looked like I got beat up. So, anywho.
You'd be really pretty, I think.
Girl. No. So anyways, I go to this drag show afterwards, and I sit in the front row. I don't know how I got a front row seat. I was late. Anyways, it was Bob the Drag Queen's show, and she's like a very funny, she was a winner of RuPaul's Drag Race. And I sat in the front row, and Bob looks at me and goes, "You, come here." So she calls me up on stage, and she's like, "You look so familiar, but I can't put my finger on it." And I was like, "It's Sky Casper." And she goes, "Oh, what happened?" And I was like, Marty Good Cummings. And she goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So I'm like on stage, we're like on the mic and everybody's laughing and howling, and it was a great time. And I just looked like I got beat up.
Did you sing or do anything?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
You just
But
weren't
I've worked with Bob in the past, so she knew who I was.
Right,
So
right.
That's why
And
she
she-
recognized me. But I just like looked ridiculous. And I love looking at that picture. I don't know where it is right now, but I got punched. It looks like I got punched in the eye.
Oh my God.
Yeah, both of them actually. So.
And it's what was it, a bad makeup job? Or?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Too much
She's not known for her
eyeliner.
makeup. Let's just say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what are the comedy shows like?
Like the stand-up comedy shows.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like a queer group of comedians. There's really no filter because we're queer and we
Right.
just push buttons all the time, and they're all really freaking funny. Most of my comedians, I haven't done one in a while, but most of my comedians have been getting really famous recently. They've either like gone viral on TikTok or Instagram Reels, or they've been on like the Late Late Show with whatever his name is, and the Late Night Show with whatever his name is, and they're just like really making it big right now. And I'm so proud of them because they're so friggin' funny, and I also scout them. So I like went to a lot of shows, I watched a lot of videos, I've searched far and wide for my comedians, and they're all just really blowing up now, and I'm so proud of them.
Well, so when you call them, because you said you recruit from New York or Boston, don't they go like, what's Hartford? Well, what am I going to drive over there for? I mean,
Well, I
like,
usually either bring them, I have somebody bring them, or
Right.
they get on a train or something.
Yeah.
But I usually offer them like 3 gigs in a row.
Oh,
so
cool. Okay.
I'll bring that. I'll have them in Hartford, New London, Hartford, or New Haven, or Fairfield, or something
Yeah.
along those lines. So we have different audiences in each area. Or Boston, we've gone to.
right.
And yeah, some of them know who I am just because I work with a lot of New York performers, and word gets around, so yeah.
But it's nice because most people really wouldn't think Connecticut.
Yeah, exactly.
Connecticut's a hotbed of wonderful drag shows.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring it here. I
Yeah.
thought that it really needed it, or it would be really well respected and loved, and like people would appreciate it. So.
And you said you started in 2015?
Yeah.
And again, I know we haven't, was there any time that you wanted to, like you watched a show and you thought, I could manage that, or I could do that, or I want to see that? I'm trying to think of one, like some of the moments where the light bulb went off, because it's something like I said, I was really surprised that you're based here in West Hartford.
Yeah, so you know that little bar in Hartford that's been vacant for like a very long time? It's called Lattice.
Okay.
It's right next to like Max
Oh yeah.
Max downtown.
Yeah.
Downtown. It's like a very
Vito's?
little bar. It's called Lattice.
Oh,
It's
Lattice.
empty. It's
Oh,
still
it's
empty.
okay, yeah.
It's been empty forever. Literally as long as I can remember. Anyways, they used to produce events there, and they were very unsuccessful. So then they asked me to throw an event there, and I was like, oh, I could never.
And why did they ask you? Were you marketing or doing something else at the time?
I
Were you
was like a socialite, I guess you could say.
A socialite,
and
okay.
Like I went out a lot. I knew a lot of people. It was like
So
that
you,
type of
yeah. So
thing.
you were like, what did they call people? Like you were a clubber type of person?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, you could call it a club.
That's so cool. Okay.
Or a club kid, some
Club
people
kid,
called it.
that's what I was
didn't
thinking
really
of.
like dress up like that.
Yeah.
I just like went out and had a good time and met people, and I was a lot more social then when I liked people, and and yeah, I just had a good time. I used to party a lot, and
Yeah.
so they were like, why don't you do a party here? And I was like, fine, I'll think about it. And then I did one. I had a white party, like the most basic thing
Oh,
you
yeah.
could possibly have. And I had like 120 people, and the bar was packed, and it was like a sea of just like glowing people because they all had white and I had black lights in the space.
Oh,
so,
nice, yeah.
So they all glowed, and there was a DJ, and it was a blast. And then I started doing like weekly parties that were different themed. And then I went to New York one day, and I went to a drag brunch. And it was Tina Burner, who was recently on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, okay.
And she is absolutely hilarious, like one of the funniest queens I've ever met. And she did the drag brunch, and I was like, I think I need to do a drag brunch. So I hired Hedda Lettuce.
Right.
I hired Hedda Lettuce.
Hedda Lettuce.
From New York to do my first drag brunch, and it was iconic. She is absolutely hilarious. And she also sings, and she's been doing drag as long as like Varla Jean and like all those legendary queens. And she just put on the most excellent show.
And that's where, okay, and that's where, that's what got you inspired then.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, I need to do a drag brunch. And then I had, do you remember Nick's in Hartford? Mm-mm. It was like massive ceilings on the street that Spotlight Theater's on.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah. So I started my drag brunches there, and it was like this massive venue, and like it would sell out in no time, and it was mostly gay people then, and they had a blast and came in huge groups, and it was a great time.
What were some of the most wild times?
Oh wow, that's a hard question. Some of the wild times.
Yeah. Like, were there ever, like, some of the crowd got really out of hand, or, you know, that type of thing? I mean, really rowdy?
I've dealt with some bitch.
That's okay. You've had some randy people?
No, performers. We no longer work together now, but I actually have had such great luck with the people that come to my events. They're always so much fun, and like none of them are like misbehave. Like they have a good time.
Right.
They get a little lit, and we have a good time, you know. Especially at the Place to Be. The shows that I'm currently doing, we get wild.
I have to go there.
A blast.
And those are the brunches?
Yeah.
I have to go there.
Yeah, we have a wild time, and we get lit for no better, for the perfect term.
That'll be fun.
And having Bob the Drag Queen was like a dream to work with him, and I've worked with just so many incredible performers, and they're all now shining all around the world, and it's really cool to see them.
And you've been so successful.
Thank you.
And I just think it's wonderful. You know, my view is there's plenty of people at the top. There's plenty of people that can meet you at the finish line, because I just really love that you're doing well, and you're doing this business in West Hartford.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
I was lucky enough to be asked to book all the talent for West Hartford Pride. So I now work with West Hartford Pride to produce their Pride every year. And
when is that usually?
It's the end of June.
The end of June, okay.
And I think it will be the 24th this year, I believe. Yeah, it'll be online somewhere. But we usually have like 4 hours of entertainment and drag queens, singers, all types of entertainment. Yeah, a lot of talent. Yeah. And now, speaking of online, how do people find you online so they can follow your events and your people? Sky Casper Entertainment. Sky Casper Entertainment. On Instagram, Facebook. If you go on my website, you can sign up for my event updates. So I send them out like once a month if I get to it. Right. And yeah, we have a really great time. We have and so much some of your performers are on TikTok too. Yes. I love TikTok. I'm not very busy on TikTok. I'm a voyeur on TikTok, but but I love it. Speaking of TikToks, yes. Did you know that Varla Jean Merman slipped on a TikTok and hurt herself, where she had to cancel a ton of her shows recently? No. Mm-hmm. She's better now, but she makes jokes about it. Yeah. She makes jokes about it now. It's kind of funny. She laughs about it. If she can laugh about it, we can laugh about it. Yeah. You know? But yeah, TikTok. Oh, okay.
All right, so I'm going to look that up. And happy 2023.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm going to be one of your groupies now.
Okay, I love it.
You'll have to just like pry me off.
Can't wait.
Especially since I look like a drag queen. So I'm just going to put on false eyelashes and go down a little bit lower.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, 2 of my staff that have worked with me have been asked if they're drag queens, even though they don't really look like drag queens.
Yeah, to me, it's such a compliment because it really embraces just being bold and being feminine and strong at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you should see some of my drag queens. They look like women.
I'm so excited too.
Well, I mean, all of them look kind of like women or exaggerated women.
All right, well, cheers then here. Cheers to 2023. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'll be at the show. Look up Sky Casper, everybody. Happy 2023. See you later.